We have started heading out and about, so to speak, into the community. And yesterday we had the pleasure of going out to St. Peter's National School in Snugboro. We got a very warm welcome from everybody there. And the reason we went out was because Music Generation Mayo were out with the children, and they were essentially doing what they do best, educating children from everywhere on music and giving them the opportunity to participate in music and musical education. And we had a chat with Damian Evans from Music Generation Mayo, and we also had the pleasure of speaking to the wonderful Jamie Mulrooney, who's the music educator and has a fantastic way of encouraging young people when it comes to the enjoyment of music. So it was absolutely crazy to be back in the school environment. Myself and Danny went in and felt we should nearly be going into a classroom. Reminded ourselves we're the adults actually, and the atmosphere was electric out there. The kids were so happy to be together and to be engaging socially. So we got the real privilege, I suppose, of meeting the staff and listening to the youngsters. And just before we go over to the bit of music that they were playing, and all we could see was a field of ukuleles and guitars and general chatter amongst children, we had a chat with Damian Evans from Music Generation Mayo, and I'm just going to give you a little sense of what it was all like now. Well, good morning. We're here in St. Peter's National School Snugboro, and it's full of activity. Lots of young people with musical instruments, and the atmosphere is electric. I'm joined, of course, by Music Generation Mayo representative Damian Evans, and we're hoping to have a fantastic day here today. Damian, tell us a little bit about the organisation, first of all.
Hi there. Well, thanks for coming. Music Generation Mayo, the remit is to provide performance music education for all children and young people in County Mayo. So we do our best to go out into schools, into youth projects, and to provide after-school centres where children and young people can get access to quality performance music education.
It's an unusual organisation and has philanthropists. I know, yeah. But anyway. The organisation started, I suppose, to create a situation where young people of all backgrounds would have access to music. A fantastic remit.
That's right, yeah. We originally started back in 2010, 2011 with philanthropic from U2 and the Ireland funds. And since then, it's spread throughout every county in Ireland, every county in the Republic, and we do our best to provide access to music for every child, no matter what their background, no matter what their situation, social, medical, whatever, and that's what we try to do.
And how do you do that?
Well, we've got a number of programs going on in County Mayo. One of the largest programs we have is the Ceile Ukulele program, which is why we're here today in Snugboro, and that we have, I think it's about 900 different young musicians that take part in that. But we've also got, we've got a concert coming up. Can I tell you about that? Please
do. I was just going to ask you about why specifically St. Peter's National School in Snugboro today.
Well, so we've got a concert coming up. We're calling it #Young Musicians of Mayo. It's in the Royal Theatre, or the Traveller's Friend, as many people know it as still, on the 26th of May. It's a Thursday, and we're going to have around 800 to 900 young musicians playing. We're going to have musicians from our harp ensemble who are coming back from recent fame from playing in St. Collins on Barracks on St. Patrick's Day. So there's about 15 to 20 young harpists playing with the harp ensemble. They're amazing. And then we've got our young uilleann pipers, led by Diarmuid, actually
Moynihan, I think, because we have him on as he's actually in our station as well. He does a show on a Saturday, fantastic show.
Yeah, so led by Diarmuid Moynihan and Emma Mayock. Emma Mayock's recently played on a Grammy Award-winning album, so she's had great success as well. So we've got some fantastic uilleann pipers, and they're taking up the first half of the concert. And then in the second half, we have all of our national schools coming together for the Ceile Ukulele program. So we're going to have around 800 to 900 young musicians playing, and that's why we're here today in St. Peter's National School in Snugboro to hear them.
I beg your pardon, I nearly took your mic away there. Listen, just by way of final comment, Damian, for people who might want to go and see it, is it straightforward?
It is indeed. There'll be a link up on our website, musicgenerationmayo.ie. It's also on ticketmaster.ie, and it's also you can get the tickets directly from the Royal Theatre, Castlebar.
Damian, a real pleasure. Thank you for joining me on the show, and continued success to Music Generation Mayo.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Angela. Appreciate it.
You're most welcome. Okay, well, we're here in St. Peter's National School in Snugboro, and as you know, we've already spoken to Damian Evans of Music Generation Mayo, but I'm joined by the very important man himself, the music educator, Jamie Mulrooney. Jamie, lovely to talk to you.
Oh, it's lovely to talk to you too, Angela. Yeah, so I've been lucky enough to work with Music Generation now for the last 5 or 6 years, primarily my role with Ceilidh Ukulele, which is a ukulele program that we roll out between 4th, 5th and 6th classes all over the county in whole class tuition groups. So you could be teaching maybe up to 35, 40 kids at a time with ukulele. So I've had experience doing that in the 5 or 6 years, and I've seen it grow from just one classroom to over, I think it's 40 classrooms we do it now. So there are over 1,000 children learning ukulele all across Mayo, and with ukulele education. So it's great, and it's really, really fun. It's really easy, and straight away it's based on performance. So we don't do as much theory as other traditional mediums, but we just really focus on playing, singing, and just kind of connecting together, I suppose, musically. And just we play songs that they know as well as just the genres, the old traditional genres. We try and do and mix it up a little bit and just have fun with the kids. Yeah, so it's a good progression path too, because ukulele is a great instrument, but also they can switch onto guitar very, very easily. There's a lot of transferable skills. So it's just with an overall plan to just boost the amount of children that play music, and especially kids in different socio-economic backgrounds that wouldn't get the opportunity to play otherwise.
I was watching you there, if you don't mind me saying, while you were looking after the kids as they were playing the music, and that was a large number of children to be able to control. I think you're the envy of any teacher. I could see their faces light up with all the pop music, the choices of music. Is that down to yourself, those choices?
Well, yeah, you have to be very, very careful. what songs you play, make sure they're safe and they're appropriate, because lots of pop music isn't. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, it's what they hear on radio, and it's what they hear in general from their parents. Or so we do some old classics as well, but they really do like songs like George Ezra and all them sort of ones that as the years go by, as I get older, I'm more and more out of touch. So they keep me in touch, they keep me on my toes, which is good too.
I know you're tired. You've had a busy morning. Jamie, we're here for a very specific reason today. Perhaps you might tell us why.
Sure. So there's a gig happening, a performance happening with all our ukulele students. So get this, there's going to be over 800 ukulele students performing on the night, which is a logistical nightmare, as you can imagine. But it's going to be a fantastic experience. So it's on Thursday, May the 26th. Tickets are available on Ticketmaster, but I presume it's probably sold out. I mean, if every parent bought a ticket, it's sold out. So it's just really to highlight the young musicians of Mayo, and that's what the name of the gig is, Young Musicians of Mayo. And this is the first performance we've got to do in the last 3 years because of COVID as well. So it makes it all the more special, and it's just, you miss out on so much on the performance element of this. We've been teaching online and in class, even with masks on or not able to sing, and it's been 2 hard years. So it's lovely that summer's coming, this gig is on, and it's just a great vibe for everyone in the community.
Look, thanks all to the Music Generation Mayo as well for all the great work, but to you in particular. It was lovely to see the smiles on all the children's faces, and the very best of luck on Thursday night.
Thanks very much, Angela. I appreciate it.
Well, there you go. And that was the sound of our very own children out and about in St. Peter's National School Snugboro. Can I say a big thank you to Danny Coffey for sound and production on that. A lot of work getting all that together. And it was exciting for the children just to feel appreciated, and that the fact that their efforts were going to be recorded for posterity. And of course all the parents and guardians will be delighted to hear it all back as well. And don't forget, of course, there is a performance linked with all of this, and that was really, I suppose, why we wanted to give it a little bit of cover. And as far as the performance is concerned, it's 7 p.m. Thursday the 26th of May. It's part of Music Generation Mayo's Young Musicianship programme, and it'll be taking place in the Royal Theatre of Castlebar at 7 p.m. There'll be a lot of other musicians taking part as well. Nearly 1,000 young musicians from Mayo. Can you imagine what a night that's going to be for everybody involved? And